CR101radio.com, podcasts, and more.
14. Judge not. The man had committed 2 fearful crimes. He had raped and murdered a young girl. One person, sick at heart and revolted by the crimes, spoke of the guilty man as a horrible degenerate. Some murmured, "Judge not, it isn't Christian to judge." Was this statement right? Or was it satanic? Jesus Christ declared, quote, "Do not pass judgment so you may not be judged. For the way you judge, you will be judged, and with what yardstick you measure, you will be measured." Matthew 7:1 and 2. Berkeley version. But Jesus Christ called the scribes and Pharisees hypocrites, whited sepulchres, and much more. He called Herod a fox, and he never hesitated to speak out sharply and with judgment. The prophets and apostles also spoke often with clear and sharp judgments. Were they wrong? Obviously, when the prophets, apostles, and Jesus Christ judged, they not only did so with a clear conscience, but they did so in the conviction that it was their duty to do so, that their judgment was a godly act and a moral necessity. But this is not all. By their public judgments, they were inviting others to make similar judgments. When Jesus called the Pharisees hypocrites, he was plainly marking out Phariseeism as hypocrisy for all his followers then and now. When Paul condemned fornication and fornicators, 1 Corinthians 5, he was demanding that the church at Corinth and every believer in every age join with him in their condemnation. If evil is not condemned, it is tolerated and approved. Evil must therefore be judged. The whole Bible summons us to judge righteous judgment. Over and over again, the Old Testament summons men to judge and to judge righteously. Deuteronomy 1:16, 16:18, etc. Jesus Christ himself declared, "Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment." John 7:24. Obviously, then, all the Bible calls for righteous judgment, so that it must be false and unrighteous judgment which is condemned. We are not permitted to judge by appearance or by our own feelings, likes and dislikes, but only in terms of God's law. We cannot judge a man because he has a wart on his nose or because we dislike the way he parts his hair. We must judge a man if he is guilty of violating the law of God. Quote, "The way you judge, you will be judged," end quote. Jesus said, "If your judgments excuse evil or condone it, you will be judged to be evil yourself. If your judgments reflect the justice and judgment of God where required, and mercy where men are truly repentant, then you will be judged as faithful to God." Quote, "Judge righteous judgment,"